I'm doing a part two of the boundary series and what I've learned in different situations in my life and how important they are, right? And I'm talking about it from a perspective of friendships and sometimes what that looks like in friendships that are not healthy in a way. So I'm going to talk about trauma bonding, right? When you first meet someone and you are kicking it off, you're still trying to get to know this person, there's been numerous occasions, let's just say more than one, where I found myself trauma bonding with an individual because I had no boundaries at the time. I didn't have the sort of information that I have right now. I had not done the work when it comes to having better boundaries within myself and also taking that and actually applying it in my relationships, especially when it comes to friendships. Now I've met different kinds of people where it was a work setting, colleagues, where it was just people from church, where it was people from different walks of life, right? And in my 31 years of living, I can truly say that there's there should there should be boundaries in each and every one of these relationships, right? Friendships. Because in my own experiences where I have opened up to people, shared certain sensitive information, it has 99.9% backfired because I didn't have the right kind of boundaries. And at the time, I was not able to differentiate what I should be sharing with this individual. How well do I know this individual? What do I know about this individual? And if I share this sensitive information, will it not come back to bite me in my butt? Right? So I believe also this can apply to maybe you've been friends with this person for a long time, but now the dynamic has sort of shifted. You're not as close as you used to be. This can also apply in that situation because sometimes we share very sensitive information, not knowing that this person is not the same person that we used to know previously, right? And so I'm going to share this one incident where I believe, from a friendship perspective and also from a colleague perspective, I had to learn the hard way. Unfortunately, sometimes that's how we learn. But I believe that through me not being healed at the time, or maybe through, life's experiences, or maybe trusting this person early, and hello, feeling love. So I believe that it's good to discern where you should share certain information. Like this certain colleague well, thank you, that I had met, and I believe that I shared sensitive information very early on without actually know, just going somewhere with this. There's different boundaries for different relationships, and you can't share the same information with someone you've known for 10 years and share sensitive information for someone you've just met, right? Just met can be a few months, a few weeks, or a year, right? And I believe that I was going through so much at the time, and I truly just was not emotionally resilient as I am now, and I hadn't had the information that I have right now, and so I believe that I shared very intimate, sensitive information with this individual, only to find out later on that they were kind of using it against me in the workplace, right? And I had no one to blame really but myself because I hadn't really known this person for a long period of time. I guess I was naive, just thinking that people sort of have this heart that I have, like this good heart that I have, and most probably people have the common sense to actually not share the sensitive information that you share. Because now, one thing about some situations, sometimes people will give you just enough about their life so you can so because you're naive, you're not discerned well, so you can continue sharing certain information about yourself that they can later use on you. And when it comes to friendships, I remember this one friendship that I have that truly there was nothing other than us bonding through. Hi everyone, thank you for joining my live. I appreciate the comments and the hellos. However, this one friendship that I had at the time, I believe that it was through me going through a difficult season of my life that we both sort of shared information about our mothers that was sort of like really sensitive, and I believe that we sort of like trauma bonded through that. One thing about that, I would say it's not a good thing because you need to actually have developed a longevity in the relationship, right? You need to have developed a certain level of trust with this individual before you can even share information that is going to be utilized, sometimes even for gossip, sometimes even for slandering, even for just anything of that sort. So in these two occasions, I can say that I had not done the inner work at the time, and so I was vulnerable. I was very naive in both cases, right? And also, I needed to go through that learning experience so that I know that trauma bonding in relationships with colleagues or with just people you've just met, even if they have good intentions for you at the time, can indefinitely backfire, right? And so I believe that I'm from South Africa, feeling love. So I truly believe that that was important for me to learn. That was important for me to go through that experience so that I would better discern myself when it comes to developing a strict colleague protocol in the workplace and also a strict discerning, just giving it time when it comes to friendship and not just trauma bonding, because there's no essence in that, there's no true foundation in that friendship, right? So I'm gonna end it here for today, and I will see you guys on the next time as the Holy Spirit leads. And until then, I hope you got something from this. I will see you guys on the next video. Bye. Bye, Matthew. Peace.